Good morning, everybody. It's Lori from Notforgotten Farm. How are you? We are in my sewing room today. It is Thursday, February 25th, and it's another beautiful sunny day, warm temps. The snow is all gone, thankfully. We are going to be in for a couple of days of rain. So I've got the sheets hanging on the line, and I did my other laundry, blankets kind of stuff, and got them out there. I've got daffodils popping up about maybe this high. No flowers or anything on them yet, but they're popping. They're coming up. What else is new? I don't know. That's it for weather, I guess. I want to thank you all for joining me here on my Flosstube channel. It's your non-traditional Flosstube channel because I will talk about other things that I like to do, which is, whatever, embroidery, painting, drawing, crafting, crocheting, gardening, just whatever comes to mind. And I hope that you don't mind that this is an unconventional. I call it Flosstube because I do use a lot of floss in everything I do. So let's get on with today's programming. I put yesterday up on Instagram and Facebook that I have two new little designs that are going to be out. I'm hoping to get them released up into the Etsy shop by this weekend. The first one is called Peas and Carrots. This is Peas and Carrots. It says, mind your peas and carrots. And there's a little snail guy right there, and a couple of little pea pods here and here. Just cute, not hard to do. I did this on 36 count weeks parchment with Gentle Art threads, Weeks Dyeworks threads, and 1 DMC. I did it with 1 strand of floss over 2 threads of linen. I went ahead and backed it with a nice carrot color cotton, quilter's cotton. I made a slit in the back, and then I just stuffed it with our organic sawdust. And then I put this little patch of just a coordinating cotton calico on there too. So that's Peas and Carrots. Cute. And the other finish I have is called Bobbin Along. Bobbin Along. When the red robin goes bobbing along. That's actually how I started designing this, because I don't know what I was doing, but all of a sudden that song popped into my head. And I said, bobbin, robin sitting on a bobbin. So yeah, so he's on a spool of thread, and I finished this into a little drum. It says bobbin along, and there is a plethora of tiny little spools and little bobbins, and then I did that weird thing right there, so when the ends met up it made this. So yeah, bobbin along. I purposely did my threads for the wording. I didn't want it to stick in your eye, but my threads are purposely muted and kind of blend in with the fabric, which is 40 count Weeks Dyeworks Confederate Gray, and all DMC threads, all DMC. And then I went ahead and stuffed it with sawdust, and I put this little quilter's fabric on top and bottom. And I'm not the best drum maker, but I don't think it came out too bad. Pat myself on the back. Good job. So that's bobbing along. I'm working on one that is called Shamrock Basket. It's over 1 on 30 count Weeks straw linen. I don't know if I'm going to have it done in time for this weekend. I'm hoping. And then if that's the case, then I'll have 3 for this weekend to come out in the Etsy shop. While you're all here with me, I want to thank all my new subscribers and all my new visitors. And I want to thank all the other Flosstubers and Instagrammers and Facebookers who mention us up on their social media, who tag us, who stitch my designs, and who enjoy, coming here and watching. I did have a couple of questions that were asked me on my last video, and I'm going to take that time to answer them now in no particular order, and I have to put my glasses on so I can actually see what I'm doing. So, okay, so Deb had asked, what is my favorite part of stitching? And, I'm a designer, so I'm not just a stitcher. So, Deb, to answer your question, I like every aspect of it. From dreaming up the design to actually charting it on my software program, which I do Mac Stitch because I am on a Mac. I love to stitch them. I stitch all of my models. I haven't used a model stitcher in a long time, but I'm really thinking about getting back into that. I love to finish. I love to finish them. And my favorite part of stitching is sharing my designs with the girls and gentlemen who love to stitch them. So that's that question. Kat, with a K, had asked me what my favorite count of linen is. And if I'm going to do over 2, then I'm doing either 36 or a 40 count, anything, preferably linen. If I'm doing over 1, I like to do 28 or 30. And of course, the over 2 is with two strands of thread, sometimes 1, depends on the look I'm going for. Over 1 is always, 1 strand. Okay, this next question is from Priscilla, and she asked me, hey Priscilla, hey, where do you get your inspiration for your designs from? They're folky. Yeah, they are folky. And thank you for using that word. It's a word I use a lot. I get my design inspiration from everywhere, and I'm sure if you talk to any other designer out there, you're going to hear the same thing. Oh, I get inspiration from everywhere. Literally, a thought in my head, one word, one color, a song from, 1940, apparently, my farm animals, my gardening, my friends, something silly that my friends said, my mom, family names. I have a lot of Pennsylvania German relatives, and they have really unique names. And yeah, so I guess that's that. Let's see. Do I always wax my thread? Katrina asked me. Do I always wax my threads? Yes, I always wax my threads. I find that it helps to, keep them less tangled. Whether they're fancy flosses or just, not variegated or overdyed, as is, DMC. I use beeswax. I use beeswax. I got lots of beeswax. I get it from every source I can possibly find it from. This one was a gift at a Prim Stitchers retreat one year from our friend Cathy Tonelli from the US-Eh girls. So shout out to Cathy. Yeah, I do wax my threads. It also strengthens your threads. It helps the thread glide through the fabric a little easier. And I guess because I like to overstain my things, my finishes, when they're, finished being stitched. I overdye them with tea and coffee and walnut crystals, as a lot of girls do. The wax seems to help the threads not soak in so much stain, if that makes sense. So yeah, it does a couple different things, but yep, always wax. I always wax my threads. Thank you, Katrina. Oh, somebody wanted to know what is a flat stuffed pillow, and I don't have her name written down, so my apologies. A flat stuffed pillow to me is one that I have stuffed with sawdust, which is or organic sawdust. I keep forgetting to mention that our sawdust is organic. My husband cuts the trees here on the farm, and the sawdust that we sell and sawdust that I use is 100% completely organic. It's not from like lumber from like, Lowe's or Home Depot or a lumber yard or something that has been chemically treated. This stuff is as pure as it gets. So a flat stuffed pillow to me is when you stuff it full with sawdust and then you squish it down. And it's just a flat stuffed. I'm not a fan of polyester. I'm not a fan of polyfill. I am not a fan of any of that stuff. Give me like true cotton batting that I will just rip to shreds and use, or cotton balls, which I've been known to use, that you get at in the pharmacy or Walmart in the health and beauty aisle, for smaller things. I like old scraps of linen and cotton fabrics that I use for backing. I save all my little scraps for that. I used to save the wool scraps from my rug hooking in my wool days, but I cannot touch wool, as I've said before. I don't know what the problem is, but I'm not playing with wool if I can help it. So yeah, that's a flat stuffed pillow, and I don't know how I got off track on that. That's it for the questions. Thank you. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask me, write them down there in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them in my own way. I have a couple things I wanted to share with you. One thing is these cool little earrings that my daughter got me that I put on Instagram, and I wore them on Instagram the other night and Facebook the other night. These are my scissor earrings. Oh my God, I adore these. Thank you, my wonderful, beautiful daughter, Hannah, who gets me. These are from Ravenstone Gifts on Etsy. And I will also link to her. And if I'm mispronouncing your name, I will fix that down there. They're very, very, very lightweight. They're not real scissors. They just hang and dangle. And I love them. I mean, come on. What Stitch and Witch shouldn't be wearing a pair of silver scissors? That's hard to say. Earrings. Okay, so that's them. Oh, I have done something really weird, and you're going to think it's weird, but I have my working palette of flosses that, designers get from different floss companies and whatnot. And I have just been having a problem trying to figure out where to hang them because I carry them around with me. Okay, so I went rooting through the closet, folks, and I got me a big old wooden hanger, and I put my rings up on there. So these are some working palettes. I have a couple more right now. Valdani, Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts, and anything and everything in between hangs on this hanger, and then it hangs behind me on my shelf thing. So yeah, I just thought it was clever. I mean, hey, why not? Let's see. Oh, speaking of floss rings, so I went ahead and I was making little scissor charms, or call them fobs, whatever you want to call them, fobs, I guess, right? Yeah, scissor fobs. And I have been making them, and so I think I'm going to start putting a couple up on Etsy. Nothing crazy, but they're just cute. And this one has a little lammy on the bottom, a little tiny sheep baby. My rings are all backwards. Just beads and silver and stuff. I love it. It's fabulous. And the other thing I'm making, because everybody's making them and I use them, thread ring, floss drop things. So, yep, I did it. But I'm using my pictures of my design. So here's Autis Spring. Can you see her? With a hole in her. It's like, oh, Autis Spring. She's got a hole in her butt. That's where the floss goes. But I'm doing something that nobody else is really doing, and that is putting eyelets on the cards themselves, because I don't know, maybe it's just me and I'm heavy-handed or something, but I seem to rip the holes in my cards. So I'm putting eyelets on. Putting eyelets. So yeah, I'm going to make a bunch of these and offer them in the Etsy shop. Just because. Just because. Why not? It helps to have glasses. Let me see what else. I've got a desk full of stuff here that I could talk about. We've got big plans for this year coming because last year was such a blowout, you know. We're hoping to have another gathering this year in the fall. Oh, big changes coming. So my mom is coming to live with us, and she's coming on, well, her closing for her house, I believe, will happen on like March 10th. So we're excited about it. We're busy as heck trying to get the room and all. She's going to take Hannah's old room. She's got 2 cats that are coming with her, Timmy and Petey. And I'm going to be thrilled when she gets here. And, you know, I'm hoping that she's going to want to do some Flosstube videos with us and, you know, have her little input into what I do more, because she's the one who taught me how to do everything just about. So yeah, that's our huge news. I have new shops that have begun ordering from us wholesale. We do not use distributors anymore. So if you are a shop owner watching this, kindly email me and I'll give you the particulars for wholesale. And we'd be happy to work with you. I'm getting quite a list. Well, we've had quite a list, I should say, together of shops that we do sell to wholesale. And we're always happy to include more shops. Oh my gosh, you know, hey, I'm a little shop too. You know, I know all about supporting local shops. So yeah, again, if you're a shop owner, just shoot me an email or whatever. PM me, DM me, IM me, whatever. And I'll get back with you. I guess that's it. I can't think of one more thing. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go stitch. I'm going to go work on that little shamrock basket and then get the sheets off the line. And go watch some Flosstube, I think. That's what I'll do after I get the sheets off the line. I'm going to sit and stitch and watch Flosstube. So I hope you'll join me. And thank you for joining me. It was a pleasure to be here with you today. We're always happy to have, you know, new followers, subscribers. Hit that little ring our bell, ding, ding, ring our little bell so you'll get our notifications. I think I'll do the next Flosstube in the studio again. And yeah, so you guys take care. Keep those needles sharp and those hands busy. And I'll see you soon.